League Spring 2021, where 6 teams will be competing in the ultimate game of stealth to become
really good at Seektag.
And the winners will be crowned
the best at Seektag.
It's gonna be epic.
That's right, and we've got all this coming right up.
In Seektag, you get points if you can spot another player's number without getting seen. The Seektag League is a sneaky tournament with teams of 1 or 2 attempting to score as many points as possible across 6 games.
So we're here today for Game 2 in the Seektag League, and Game 1, I mean, what can we say about Game 1?
Well, it was an absolute shocker for the teams. If you look at the leaderboard, they did not get any spots at all.
So this leaderboard tells a pretty devastating story for teams. There they are down at the bottom, Don't Know and Flying Fish, both made up of doubles, so 2 people in each of those teams. The individuals, all across the whole board. I mean, like, look at this.
They nailed it.
G-Ball was all over the place, we know that much. Illy, the absolute newcomer, is sitting in 2nd place.
Exactly.
So highlights for that game. Planter.
Yeah. G-Ball, Planter. Do we need to say any more? I don't think so.
Done. Don't Know got absolutely rinsed. G-Ball didn't even do it on purpose. It's just this ridiculous moment.
It's just luck though, isn't it? That's how it goes.
And so sitting atop of the table, we've got Dixie. The most consistent person so far. Easy to be consistent with only 1 game in.
Yeah,
but
totally.
Dixie's sitting at the top of the table there with 24. 3 spots in 1 game.
Yeah, that's a good game, and it sets them in really great stead for the next game that's coming up.
It does. Coming up right now. So let's find out where we're playing today.
Boone is an iron pillar at ground level in an underpass that connects the valley to the main avenue. Boone is surprisingly concealed, with 2 main escape routes, as well as the adjacent lift and nearby staircase. Manta is a small iron bollard in the main square on the eastern side of Kingdom. With only intermittent cover and extreme visibility, Manta presents an immense challenge, or for spotters, an immense opportunity. Jungi is a small bicycle sign at the north end of the valley. Highly defendable and with multiple escape routes, Jungi's primary threat comes from the overhead walkways and the shadows beyond.
Alright, so who has a plan here? Does anybody have a plan at this point?
I don't. Do you have a plan?
No, I have no plan. I presume Dixie has some sort of plan.
Well, I hope that they plan to stay on top. Immy, beginner's luck.
Or the Neo of Seektag. Maybe she has just exactly what she needs.
Totally. G-Ball, we can just assume he's just going to run around like a headless chicken.
Right, so if I was to say, well, what do you think G-Ball is going to do in this game? Would you have any clue?
Get in a lift.
Get in a lift?
Probably get in a lift.
It's a dead set. All right, Nav we've just been talking about. Nav has basically the most considered play style of anybody.
Yeah, very calm, very sedate, but he has the same score. And as far as the teams are concerned, it can only get better. I mean...
Look, teams, we just need spots from you.
Yeah.
We need any spots.
Bring the spots.
Make it happen.
Right, come on, let's go.
Okay, let's do this. Okay.
Oh.
Let's go. Here comes the game.
Right, this is game 2 in Kingdom.
Back in Kingdom again. Who knows what we're going to see today? I mean, the teams are warming up, basically waiting for the timer to count down and the game to begin. There it goes.
What
have we got?
Focusing on Nav, Dixie and Immy in this game. So I'm expecting a lot of different camera views, especially from Nav, probably more sedate. This is nice and calm.
Yeah, we're going to see lots of very different views. I think, you know, from Nav we're going to see this very considered, you know, very steady and long distance play style.
Yes, yeah, because he's got binoculars, remember that, and he thinks speed is the enemy with regards to getting spots. So let's see how he fares in this game.
So Immy, here we are with Immy, and then we're on board with Dixie here, who I think Dixie's going to actually... Looks like Dixie is about to take a second just to make a plan.
Spotting has already begun. Oh, and I'm not surprised, it's G-Ball getting in there really quickly with a spot there.
Yeah, no surprise at all. That is the G-Ball way.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see that one go by. Don't know, we're actually sitting on a checkpoint as well.
Well done, yeah, very good for the teams there.
It's a good start. Come on, teams!
Go teams!
Come on! We really want you to do well, teams. Yeah, Bonkers has actually just tagged Boone and we'll Josie Doe's tagged Boone as well, so they're bringing that up to 6.
So remember, tagging a checkpoint gets you 3 points. Spotting another player gets you 5 points.
Right, now the thing to know about this game, Boone, Jungie and Manta are all really close together, really close.
So it's quite compact.
It is ultra compact, and it means that we're probably going to see people either bumping into each other all over the place or being very, very cautious.
Right.
So I don't know if you noticed, so Don't Know have just tagged 2 checkpoints basically within the first minute of the game.
That is really quickly.
That is unusual.
That is really quick.
It's weird, isn't it? They've actually done that. So Nav, way down one end of the arena here, is actually seen, I think that's
got a good
flying.
spot there.
I think that's Flying Fish. He's actually just snagged a spot there. So yeah, you can get checkpoints that rapidly when you've got an arena this compact. Dixie, I think, has just noticed that they're being watched. So the hunt is afoot, and I think we're about to find out. Nav has actually got eyes on Dixie there, as Dixie discovers.
Oh damn!
Dixie discovers Don't Know. So those red circles you see are because those spots are not going to count because they have seen Dixie back.
So counter spotted there.
So Nav is watching Dixie from range here as Dixie runs nonchalantly across to Manta. Do they really think they're going to get away with that? Nav is way too on it.
Nav's got a really good spot there.
And Nav's positioning actually is really quite good here. I think Nav's got the sun behind him.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the game tactic that we were talking about, the playing style, very calm, very sedate, not running anywhere, and he's got several spots already.
Yeah, we can just see Dixie and Don't Know are putting in those spots that they just came across there, as Imi is on the main avenue here, just on the other side of the valley.
Haven't got any spots or tags of checkpoints for Imi yet, so it's a slow start for her.
And actually Flying Fish as well, just sitting at the bottom of the board there, having not actually integrated yet at all. It might be that they're actually going to try and just stay on the periphery of the arena and just basically make their game a spot-only game. As Imi, as Imi just absolutely rats out. Don't know who. I don't know. I mean, right? Maybe they were thinking that they could just. Obviously, they didn't know she was going to come around the corner.
But they don't know anything.
That's really funny. But I don't know. Imi has. I don't know if Imi got both their numbers there.
Oh.
That was. She went back to look for them. Dixie is actually working along towards where Imi and Don't Know are.
No, she just counter-spotted there, so...
So at least one of them she's seen, but maybe that in the surprise of that moment, maybe she actually didn't manage.
This is why it's important to run. That's my tactic.
Run!
Let's just run.
Just get out, because
get out there.
You never know.
Because you don't know if they've seen your number or not.
Yeah,
in the chaos of the moment, you can get away with it.
And you really have to presume they have. Like, you really can't work with any other. Like, hope is not a strategy.
Totally.
Well, in a way it is. You have to presume, right?
And luck.
And get out there. So Imi's jumping in the lift, but then actually
changed their mind.
Immediately decided maybe not.
But she got a checkpoint, so she's on the scoreboard, which is amazing.
Right, and maybe she thinks, hey, this is G-Ball's move. I don't want to, although actually Imi and G-Ball know each other in real life. I wouldn't be surprised.
He's definitely given her a tip there. That is a definite tip.
I think that maybe the lift strategy has sort of like, G-Ball's using it very effectively, and I think that anyone watching that would start to think, hey, this might be something that'll work.
G-Ball is in the lead, Nav is in second place.
Yeah, and Imi has actually grabbed Boone just now, so tagged Boone, and is still sitting at the bottom. It looks like maybe that was beginner's luck last time. Are we going to call that yet? Can we possibly call that? Maybe we're about to see the comeback of the century.
It's game 2, so, she's still learning.
So Dixie on the lookout over the valley here as Imi actually heads up, but Dixie actually is looking the other way.
Is this a pretty good thoroughfare? Like, will you see a lot of players if you hang out here?
I'm just wondering what Dixie is looking at here. Aha, okay.
Okay, so that's G-Ball.
G-Ball is working his way along the other side of the road. It's very difficult out there. There really is not much cover.
Yeah.
Emmy's still coming up the valley towards where Dixie is. Dixie's overlooking the valley here and is completely focused on Jeeble. You have to be so careful of this because someone might come up right behind Dixie here and they'd have no idea. So Jeeble crossing the road
they're so focused on the road.
Yeah, so Emmy's actually, I presume, still working up towards the valley and now has Jeeble coming in from the top end of the valley. Has Jeeble spotted Dixie? Jeeble, I don't think, is aware of Dixie. Otherwise, there'd be no reason for Jeeble not to run Dixie down and counter spot.
So Dixie has a really good spot here, basically.
Yeah, and is actually hanging around to keep information on, you know, where Jeeble is headed. And that's actually quite smart because what you don't want to do is immediately react, have no idea where that person has gone.
Yeah.
Emmy here has actually narrowly avoided Jeeble by moving up to the next level. All right, so now the sentry on the edge of the arena is just orbiting and just picking people off. Well, picking 2 people off to be precise. Not going for checkpoints at all. There
is something sinister about the slow moving. It's like when people are in a horror film and they're running away.
But it just keeps coming.
But the murderer is just walking really slowly and you just can't get away from them.
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
It's just inevitable. Okay, so there's this absolute reversal of roles here where Dixie is coming in towards Jungie here looking for a tag and Emmy has actually caught sight of Dixie in the distance.
Ah, I see.
So there's Emmy just absolutely nailing Dixie in the valley there.
Good.
That was a weird sentence I never thought I'd say. What a weird bunch of words that was. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Oh, I got really excited because flying fish were at the top of the leaderboard then.
Have you realised what's happening here?
No, sorry.
So, it's okay. I forgive you. So, what's happened is Emmy has actually heard Jeeble talking to some randoms.
Ooh,
and now is trying to catch Jeeble out, who is right around the corner there.
Okay.
And what is this?
Oh yes, climb in. Have a little
What is this? Guys, what just happened? Let's have another quick look at that. Jeeble backing up into the thing, trying to cover his number up. That's an illegal manoeuvre, but of course it's not actually functional at all because Emmy got a really good look at that number. Chasing him away into the...
I love that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, look at Nav, top left. Nav is in the mix now, has come down into the valley and has actually already tagged Boone. We got completely distracted there, but Nav has been forced, I think, to make a move.
Yeah.
Because actually, if you're not seeing anybody, what
exactly.
are you going to do?
You know, he's sort of hanging around towards the bottom of the table. Oh, and Nav has now been spotted and is at the bottom of the table.
Okay, so Nav's been counter-spotted, is that what's happened?
Yes.
And Nav has now picked up Emmy, who's just about 10 metres further up the valley.
They are all literally in spitting distance of each other. This is what happens when the checkpoints are so close.
Well, let's take another quick look at that, because Dixie can see Emmy there, but something really strange is happening here. Let's look. So Emmy backs the hell out of there, and then just a bit further up, I'm not sure what Dixie's looking at. So zooming in here, that is Nav. That's Nav's leg. If you take a real close look, you can see Nav's leg. But let's wind that back.
If only
I don't think that's what Dixie was looking at, because look what we've got up here.
Oh.
So Dixie might have completely missed Emmy and Nav right under their nose and been distracted. Let's see what Dixie does here. I don't think Dixie is looking at Nav at all.
Yeah, no, Dixie has completely missed that right under their nose.
No, they definitely didn't see Nav.
But was Dixie able to tag Flying Fish?
So Dixie is hunting down Flying Fish with 45 seconds to go. Nav, I think, was aware that Dixie has moved off and has actually just walked straight into Jeeble coming down the stairs. That is not good for Jeeble, and that is very good news for Nav. There is Jeeble, and got this glancing spot. I don't think Jeeble would have any idea that Nav was there.
Nav needed that.
Nav walking into Junkie, obviously not worried that Jeevel's going to come out from that alleyway.
And we've got 25 seconds left, so basically at this point, all you want to do is hide.
Okay, so
That's
now,
what I do.
and Nav is going to do just that. Well, Dixie has got a big moment to either spot flying fish or not right now.
What's going to happen? Where are they?
I think they are in fact just a little bit ahead of Dixie with 5 seconds left. Is it going to be enough time? They're not going to be able to do it.
Sid counter-spotted Dixie.
Okay, wow. A lot just happened, and we're into closing, which means that all teams need to get back to the closing checkpoint before the time runs out if they're going to keep any points they've scored. And today, that closing checkpoint is Manta. They don't know which one that's going to be when it's called.
If they don't get back, I would like to repeat that.
The best game I've ever played.
That reckons potentially the best game that he's ever played. What are you going to repeat there?
Sorry, if they don't make it back, they lose all their points. It's as simple as that. So you have to run.
So Dixie happened to be sitting on that Manta effectively when it was called, and so has strolled back.
Yeah, and Nav is, of course, calm and
Nav is calmly walking back. A little bit of a trot here with over a minute left to go, so all players are actually going to make it back there. So that is a pretty frantic last few seconds to the game. So the interesting thing for me there is that Nav basically had a plan, stayed out way on the periphery of the arena, but then felt at some point like these points are not coming in fast enough and was basically tempted into that kill zone of the valley.
Totally, and it took him down, and then, but when he was sucked back in, he was able to get more points back, and he ended up finishing second.
You know, it was worth it.
Yeah.
In the end. So now let's go down into the arena and get some reactions from our players.
So you guys won.
Our strategy paid off.
Yeah, amazing.
We actually did that train thing. So
and it worked.
Yeah. It worked beautifully.
That's impressive.
It's basically one of us going for the checkpoint. The other just waiting a couple of seconds, checking if anyone's around, you know.
And whenever we're going great distances, then we stick together, basically. Yeah, I thought it was cool that they were all in the same kind of area.
Yeah.
That made it interesting because like around every corner there was danger.
All right, what's the deal? How'd it go?
We were kind of in the middle this time, so better than last time. I mean, we couldn't do any worse, could we? That is true.
We saw a lot of James this game, several times. But also, once you've seen someone, it doesn't matter if you're going around with them because they can only spot you once. And we managed to get Mark and Sig this time without actually like stalking them and them stalking us for ages.
It worked.
Tell us about that.
So I just hung out over in that bit up on the bridge, saw these two running, nearly got both of them, didn't quite, spotted James following them, dropped down in the last 3 minutes, ran down the line, spotted Imi, hid behind a plant pot for a minute until she had to run away, and then ran past, saw Greg coming down the stairs and hit the last checkpoint, and that was it. If I'd actually hit Manta, I might have won.
Yeah, you came second again.
Yeah,
That's good.
by half a point.
Very consistent.
It was definitely a lot more clustered than the last one. Like all the checkpoints were really close. So the first bit I didn't see anyone, so I managed to get 2 of the checkpoints without actually bumping into anyone for the whole time. But then everyone was coming to this one last, and then I saw. I literally ran straight into. I can't remember the team name. But the 2 girls, they were right around the corner, and it was a bit of like a standoff.
So that's funny because that is their team name. Don't know.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
so yeah,
the thing.
there was a bit of a standoff there. I only saw one of their numbers, they got mine, so that was sad. And then ended up seeing Greg because he was like chatting to people down at the bottom of the stairs, so I could hear him downstairs. But again, he got my number first, so it was like a bit of a...
It's a bit of a fall from grace, isn't it? Because you came second or third last time,
down
and
to
now
last.
Down to the
Wow,
bottom.
yeah, they did very well. Yeah, so I started at Mina Major this time, and I was going for that spot-only approach, and I managed to get flying fish at the very beginning, and then lost contact of like so many people. But I was basically like chilling at the end of this bottom passageway, trying to spot people for such a long time, and I couldn't see anybody. So that meant that time ran down, couldn't get to the checkpoints in time, and then had 2 very nice cat and mouses with Imi and Dixie over here as well. But alas, 4th again. Heartbroken.
Consistently middle of the field.
Yeah, just average. I like
Consistently average.
But like I'm slowly getting the hang of it because like the collection of spots was a lot smaller, checkpoints was a lot closer together, so that meant that it was a lot harder to spot because everyone was obviously in a very small proximity to each other.
So I heard that you got caught out because you were chatting to somebody?
Oh yeah, so when I had the little cat and mouse Dixie, there were two people just hanging out, clearly all right, something's going on. And then I was half having a conversation with them about what we were doing, half looking out for everyone. And then Imi appears out of nowhere, managed to get her, and I was hiding in one of those little picture boxes, where they take your automatic picture, and she ran in there and intruded in my, yeah, she got me. Very good.
She ratted you out.
Yeah.
All right, plan next time?
Don't talk to anyone.
Right.
Play a very...
what have we learned?
Very straightforward game next time. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. Okay, how'd that go? Where did you place?
Not so great. Second to last this time. Because it was so small, there was no opportunity I found to escape. So I'd seen somebody and they just see me straight back.
So did you feel like maybe you don't do quite so well when it's really confined?
I think I will need to rethink my strategies for when it's confined, yeah. Maybe go outside of it and try and spot people from outside the area that it's in. But we'll see.
Okay, what are the players making of all that?
Well, I mean, that was an interesting game. I like the contrast of gameplay styles in that game. That was good.
Yeah. And Flying Fish came out on top.
Yeah, which was amazing. I mean, good for the teams. Go teams.
Go teams. And actually Don't Know in third. That's a huge turnaround.
Oh yeah, but better than the bottom of the table.
So let's take a quick look at the table then. So yeah, Flying Fish. Obviously Nav is up there. Nav, as he said, probably one of the best games he's ever played.
Yeah. He nailed it.
Nailed the timing of going in. I think that was really interesting. He stayed out of it until everything had kind of shaken down a bit and then actually just came in at exactly the right moment.
I think that was actually a really good tactic, time-wise, going in the valley at the end there. That was great.
G-Ball consistently middle of the pack, and Dixie actually had a bit of a difficult game, but not as difficult as Imi.
Yeah, it's such a shame because well, so many people were talking about how the checkpoints were a plus.
Yeah.
And that it
being
was
so compact.
Yeah, being compact, lots of action going on.
Yep.
But Imi did not find that and didn't get many spots. She only got one spot, which is a real shame.
And same goes for Dixie, who we know likes to play a spread out game. Dixie thrives in open spaces, of which there were basically none in this game. This was the most compact imaginable collection of checkpoints.
Yeah.
All right, so favourite moments there?
Well, I mean, I quite liked it when Dixie completely was unaware of Imi and
Being right
Nav.
in front of them.
Yeah, because their eyes were being drawn to players running, and Nav will be pretty impressed with that.
Yeah.
Running off in the distance. Nabbing off in the distance.
Nabbing off in the distance.
It's a new verb.
All right, so yeah, I think that this goes to show that your ability of your brain to focus in on something
Totally.
completely at the expense of all other information is wild.
Serious tunnel vision there.
Total tunnel vision, way into the distance, completely missed. I mean, to be fair, you could miss Nav's leg.
Yeah, fair enough.
But Imi was in full view.
Totally, just skulking below.
Astonishing. So who had the best game, do you think? I mean, obviously, Flying Fish worked beautifully there.
Yeah, I think that was perfect. It's got to be Flying Fish, obviously, but I really like Nav's calm, steady approach. I'm on board with that.
Yeah, that sentinel thing, that hunter thing.
I've got a good feeling about him in the league. I have a good feeling about it.
All right, well, time will tell. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what that's done to the overall scores. So here we are, 2 games in. Dixie sitting atop the scoreboard. I mean, that first game has carried Dixie through.
That's what a high score can do.
Yeah.
So you can be lucky in one game and unlucky in the next and still be top of the leaderboard. That's great.
We're looking at Nav in second place, following Dixie very, very closely now, and Dixie ought to be worried about that. The teams split 3rd and 6th. I mean, Flying Fish just had a fantastic game.
Yeah. But they're still only in 3rd. It just goes to show. And don't know. Oh.
Poor
Don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. So, Don't Know, trailing actually by barely anything behind Imi, who's also very close. It's actually a very tight pack still, and G-Ball, as you would expect, I mean,
average.
Very
just
average. Average in position, but well above average in entertainment.
Yes.
So
high on entertainment value.
Yeah, so that is the results after 2 games. We couldn't have predicted it.
Yeah.
Well, that was mad.
That was a wild ride.
Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see some of our other league content, go to our YouTube channel. Maybe you're already there. If so, welcome. Hi, subscribe. Thanks.
And if you want to play Seektag, head over to seektag.com. There's a free app. It's free. You don't even have to pay to play this. Check out all the arenas and all the information about how you can play yourself.
That's right. We'll even be running free gameplay meetups in London if you want to come along and make new friends and have a laugh.
Yeah, be cool.
Hang out, man.
Be cool.
All right, well, thank you so much for watching. Until next time.
Goodbye.
Stay sneaky.